pretty interesting relationship. It was a bit love-hate, you might call it. She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as a bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place, and if I stare too long, I'd probably break down and cry. Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, sweet love of mine. Don't get me wrong, my little sister was great. She was the first one to teach me about sex after I dared to go into Mum and Dad's room after dark. She was also the first to get drunk and later worked out that a cocktail of red wine and scotch don't mix. She's got eyes of the bluest skies as if they thought of rain. I'd hate to look into those eyes and see an ounce of pain. And she was 5, we played a silly little game called Push in the Pool. I would push my sister in the pool and she would pretend to drown. About a minute later I realised that she wasn't pretending. I dove into the deep end and I couldn't quite reach the bottom of the pool, so I held her above my head and every now and then I came up for some air. It was the longest swim ever. I called for help, the ambulance arrived and she was unconscious and was declared dead for a minute. They took her away, and the ambulance officers asked me what happened. I lied to them. I told them that my back was turned. I thought that if I told them the truth, then I was going to go to jail. My sister survived. She was in intensive care for 2 weeks, and she didn't remember a thing from the event. I was in all of the newspapers as a hero. I kept the truth a secret for 7 years. Finally, after 7 years, I decided to tell my sister the truth. But the funny thing about kids is that no matter how many times you tell yourself a story, it can change. It can change like that. And I remember the grief of my guilt. And one morning, I came out and saw my dad reading the newspaper. And I was about 7 or 8. And I came out and I'd had a nightmare. Dad, if you do something really bad, do you go to hell? Oh yeah, of course, Katie. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Papa, can you find me in the night? Papa, are you hear me? Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can you help me not be frightened? But the more time that elapsed, the harder it became to tell anyone. Finally, as I said, after 7 years, I decided to tell my sister the truth. I mean, I was a hero after all. And what did I get in return? 6 months of blackmail. Stop the fucking music! I mean, if I wasn't already crazy with guilt, then blackmail was just the icing on the cake. If you don't make my bed every morning for the rest of your life, then I'm going to tell Mum and Dad. That was it. My famous line, I'll kill you. I've done it once, I can do it again. Yes, we were pretty violent, biting, scratching, pinching, punching, pulling, slapping. Some of our weapons included vases, pens, knives, stilettos, didgeridoos, thesauruses thrown through doors. But the final straw was the can of fly spray in my eyes. It's okay. I got my revenge. My sweet, sweet revenge. Wouldn't you like to know? What was it that Katie did? What's the secret? Katie hid. Some admit it, say she did it. Others tell you Katie didn't, no she didn't. They roast that poor girl all day, but somehow they'll never say what it was that little Katie did. What did that poor girl do? I'd like to know. That gossip still pursue and blame her so. They never seem to tell the story pat. They just insist she did and let it go at that. What was it that Katie did? What's the secret Katie hid? Some admit it, say she did it. Others tell you Katie didn't, no she didn't. They roast that poor girl all day, but somehow they'll never say what it was that little Katie did. Here we go! What was it that Katie did? What's the secret Katie hid? Some admit it, say she did it. Others tell you Katie didn't,